If someone had told me that my own daughter, the girl I raised alone, the girl whose hair I braided before every school picture, would one day celebrate her engagement without even telling me, well, I would have laughed and said they didn't know my Amanda. But life has a cruel sense of humor. Because when I, a 67-year-old mother who still keeps every card she ever gave me, simply asked, "Sweetheart, what time is the engagement dinner?" my daughter casually replied, "Oh, we had it yesterday." And that one sentence, that cold, careless sentence, shattered something inside me. But if she thought I'd cry quietly and disappear. Oh no. She forgot who raised her. This is the story of how I made my daughter see exactly what it feels like to be treated as invisible, and how she ended up begging me not to walk away. I was sitting at my little round kitchen table, the same one where Amanda used to do her homework while I made tea. My phone buzzed with a text message from her fiancé, Ethan, reminding her about something, probably wedding stuff. I smiled. My daughter was getting married. That should have been the happiest thing in the world. I dialed her number, excitement bubbling inside me like a pot left boiling too long. "Hi honey," I chirped. "Just wanted to ask, what time is the engagement dinner on Saturday? I'll bring the lemon bars you like." There was silence. Then a sigh. Then her voice, distant and irritated. "Mom. We had it yesterday." I froze. Yesterday? Yeah. It was small. Close friends only. Nothing you had to worry about. Nothing I had to worry about, like I hadn't raised her alone? Like I hadn't worked double shifts so she never felt less than anyone? Like I wasn't her only family left? I tried to keep my voice steady. "Oh. I didn't know." "Yeah," she said, unfazed. "Anyway, just letting you know. I'm busy, Mom. Bye." Click. My hand shook so badly I had to put the phone down. I sat there for a long minute, staring at the chipped paint of my table, as the realization sank in, my daughter had intentionally excluded me. She didn't forget. She didn't overlook. She decided. And that hurt in ways I didn't think I could still hurt. Amanda came by the next day like nothing had happened. She breezed into my living room, the one I'd decorated with photos of her entire life, and plopped onto my couch scrolling through her phone. "Mom, do you have that old sewing kit?" she asked. "I need to fix a button." Not a hello. Not a sorry. Not a mention of the engagement dinner. I stood in the doorway, watching her. Her diamond ring sparkled in the sunlight. Her hair was styled, her dress pristine, she looked happy. But she had made sure I wasn't part of that happiness. "Why didn't you want me there?" I finally asked. She looked up. Annoyed. As if I was inconveniencing her. "Mom, it wasn't a big deal. It was your engagement dinner, Amanda." She rolled her eyes. "Ethan's family wanted it small. Intimate. You don't always mix well with fancy people, and I didn't want drama." I felt like someone had slapped me. I don't mix well, drama? Me, who stayed quiet and polite through every part of her life, she continued, "Besides, these things are stressful enough. I needed everything to go smoothly." Translation: you're an embarrassment. The words she didn't say hurt far more than the ones she did. I nodded quietly, stopping myself from crying. I wouldn't give her that satisfaction. "Thank you for explaining," I murmured. She smiled, relieved to be done with the conversation. But I wasn't done. Not by a long shot. A few days later, I found out the truth, not from Amanda, of course, but from an unexpected source, her future mother-in-law, Gloria. Gloria called me after hearing from her sister that the mother of the bride hadn't attended. "Diana, dear, are you all right? We expected you." "Expected me?" I whispered. "I wasn't invited." "What?" "But Amanda told us you were out of town." "Out of town." I sank onto my bed, clutching the phone. "And she said," Gloria continued carefully, "that you're difficult to have at events." Difficult. I, a retired schoolteacher who people thanked for years after graduation, was difficult. Tears burned my eyes. "I'm so sorry, Diana," Gloria said gently. "If I'd known, it's not your fault," I said. But inside, I made a decision. Amanda didn't want me at her events? Fine. For the first time in my life, I decided I would give her exactly what she asked for. 3 days later, Amanda called. "Mom, can you come help me pick the centerpieces? We're doing wedding planning all week." I smiled, a tight, cold smile she couldn't see. "Oh, honey," I said sweetly. "I think it's better if I'm not involved. I wouldn't want to cause drama." Silence. "Mom, don't be like that." "Oh, Amanda. I'm only respecting your wishes. You're nervous around fancy people when I'm there, remember," she sputtered. "Mom, I didn't mean it like." "It's alright. Truly. Plan everything without worrying about me. You won't have to introduce me, or worry I'll embarrass you." "Mom, stop. Please." But I wasn't stopping. See, there are two types of revenge, the loud type that explodes. And the quiet type that lets people hear their own ugliness echo back at them. I chose the second. Over the next month, I slowly removed myself. No more helping with the dress. No more paying deposits. No more running errands. No more emotional support. Every time she asked, I repeated, "I only want things to go smoothly for you." And every time, her voice grew weaker. One evening, Gloria invited me for tea. Not Amanda, me. I went, thinking she wanted to talk wedding details. But when I arrived, Gloria looked stressed and overwhelmed. "Diana," she said, closing the door behind me. "This wedding is a mess." "A mess?" "Oh yes. Amanda is overwhelmed. She's crying, she's snapping at people, she's behind on everything. She said she has no help from you." I raised an eyebrow. "She told you why?" "Oh, I know what she says. But I can see in her eyes there's more." "Diana. I don't know what happened between you two, but she needs you." Gloria paused. "And frankly, she needs to be honest. Her behavior at the dinner was not acceptable." There it was. A truth I needed to hear from someone besides myself. "She hurt me," I whispered. "Deeply." "I know," Gloria replied. "So hold her accountable." And that's when my revenge plan solidified. Not vengeance out of hate, no. Vengeance out of truth. A week later, invitations for Amanda's wedding rehearsal dinner went out. I wasn't on the list. Fine. I didn't call her. I didn't ask why. I didn't beg. What I did do was prepare my own announcement, a letter addressed to friends, family, and Ethan's side. A letter stating, "I loved my daughter dearly, I supported her happiness. But I would not impose where I was not wanted, and Amanda wished to keep the wedding intimate, without my involvement, no drama. No insults. Just facts." I mailed them quietly. At nearly midnight, my phone exploded with calls. I didn't answer. Then Amanda texted, "Mom, call me now." I didn't. Then, "Mom, please. Please. Everyone is calling me. They think I banned you from the wedding. Ethan is furious. Mom, please answer." I let her stew. Not out of cruelty, out of principle. Finally, I picked up on the 10th call. Her voice was shaking. "Mom. Why did you send those letters?" I stated the truth. "You made it sound like I hate you." "Oh, sweetheart," I said calmly. "You made it sound like I'm an embarrassment." She went silent. "People think I'm cruel," she whispered. "Oh? And how did you think I felt?" I asked. "Left out. Lied about. Hidden." "I didn't hide you, you told them I was out of town," she inhaled sharply. I had finally cornered her with her own actions. A day later, Ethan came to my house. Alone. He stood on my porch with flowers and guilt written all over his face. "Mrs. Thompson," he said softly, "I'm so sorry. I had no idea she didn't invite you." My brows lifted. "You didn't?" "No. I assumed you declined. I thought you had reasons." So Amanda had lied to him too. He continued, "I want you at the wedding. I need you there. She needs you too, even if she's too proud to admit it." I sighed. "You're a good man, Ethan." He exhaled in relief, then said, "Please. Will you come talk to her?" I nodded. But it wasn't forgiveness she needed. It was understanding. Amanda was sitting on her couch, crying, makeup streaked, tissues everywhere. When she saw me, she burst into fresh tears. "Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did all that. I felt judged. I felt like I wasn't enough and that was the reason?" I asked softly. "Fear," she nodded, crying harder. "And you decided the solution was to push away the person who loved you most?" Her shoulders crumbled. "I was wrong," she whispered. "I was awful, yes," I said. "You were." She looked up, shocked. I continued, "But admitting it means we can fix it, Mom. Please come to the wedding." I studied her. Her trembling hands. Her remorse. Her fear of losing me. "Only," I said, "if you tell the truth. To everyone." She froze. "No excuses. No lies. You tell them why you excluded me. And you apologize." She swallowed. "I'll do it." I nodded. "Then yes. I'll come." 2 days later, Amanda stood at her rehearsal dinner, microphone shaking in her hand. I watched, arms crossed, as the guests went silent. She looked at me, and began. "I owe my mother an apology," she said, voice trembling. "I excluded her from my engagement dinner. And I lied about why. I was ashamed. Not of her, but of myself." Gasps filled the room. "I treated her like she wasn't important. But she's the most important woman in my life. And I hurt her deeply. Mom. I'm so sorry." All eyes shifted to me. I inhaled. Then I nodded, once. She sobbed into Ethan's shoulder. And the room exhaled with her. Amanda didn't let me out of her sight. I walked her down the aisle with her father gone. I fixed her veil. I held her bouquet. I stood in the mother of the bride place of honor. Everyone knew the truth. Everyone knew I belonged there. Everyone respected it. As she said her vows, she looked at me, not at the crowd. And I knew she finally understood. If you've stayed with me till now, let me tell you the real lesson. Sometimes the people we love most will hurt us the deepest. Not because they're evil. But because they're flawed, scared, selfish, or lost. Revenge doesn't always have to be destruction. Sometimes it's simply holding up a mirror until they finally see themselves. My daughter tried to erase me from the biggest moment of her life. So I let her see exactly what that life looked like without me in it. And when she saw it, really saw it, she chose differently. So no, this isn't a story about punishment. It's a story about truth. About respect. About a mother who finally stood up for her own worth. And that, darling, is the sweetest revenge of all.